It seems like every single series, maybe aside from Boston and Florida, which has been relatively tame, although the end of the last game got pretty hectic with Linus Ullmark trying to scrap Matthew Tkachuk. It seems like everyone has had a pretty dramatic officiating interlude, I would say. Something where either one or, quite frankly, both of the teams have a legitimate beef about the officiating. And there's a lot of them that are raising the inconsistencies. And that's what it always comes back to. Inconsistencies with how the replay is being conducted, the level of what constitutes a penalty or not, when the penalties are being called. I mean, it hasn't reached a fever point yet because we're only halfway through the series. But imagine when these get to their game 6s and 7s and the referees become even more scrutinized. It's definitely noticeable. And right now, so let's see if I got this straight. We got Keefe saying that the refs were manipulated. You've got the high stick controversy from LA and Edmonton game 3. You got Marcus Foligno of Minnesota calling the refereeing a complete joke when they lost on Sunday. The Islanders aren't happy with the volume of penalties that they're getting in that Carolina series. Speaking of, Rod Brind'Amour, Carolina head coach, came out and blasted the officials for missing the slash that broke Teuvo Teravainen's hand. I think we've got 2 major penalties now that have been overturned on replay. An inadvertent whistle that wiped out a goal in a previous game between Tampa Bay and Toronto.
Which was then allowed in the game last night. There was a similar situation.
In the Boston-Florida series when it looked like Bobrovsky had the puck and it disappeared.
Take your pick, folks.
It definitely seems more consistent this year, like the reffing inconsistency. Like every playoffs, there always seems to be some major issue, so that's nothing new. But I feel like this specific postseason, it's happening with way more regularity across the board, across all series for that matter.
Yeah, like the Dallas-Minnesota series has had so many flashpoints for the officials being under the gun, and it's tied at 2-2. Right, that's going at least 6. So you've got 2 more opportunities for the stripes to be a major story.